What if Darth Maul killed Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon on Naboo during the Phantom Menace? Now this would change many things, mainly in particular, the fate of young Anakin Skywalker. After Qui-Gon's death, Obi-Wan persuaded Yoda to let him train Anakin as it was Qui-Gon's dying wish. But if Obi-Wan dies as well, this dialogue would never happen, which would lead to Anakin never joining the Jedi Order. Mace Windu and Yoda would keep their original decision of the boy being too old to learn the ways of the Force, and thus, life for the Jedi would continue without Anakin. So what would this actually change? Well, with Qui-Gon discovering Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine would most definitely hear of the young boy being strong in the Force. He would go to investigate, to which he would discover that this boy was the chosen one who was very powerful in the Force, the most powerful being with raw strength that had ever lived. Palpatine would take the boy, and like he did with Maul, begin training him. Maul was never a true Sith. He was only considered an assassin that Palpatine trained sort of behind Plagueis' back. So even though Plagueis is now dead, Palpatine would take Anakin as his new apprentice, adhering to the rule of two, and keep Maul as only his assassin, using him for his own personal gain. Over the next decade, Palpatine would train Anakin ferociously. He would employ harsh drills onto his apprentice to not only make him stronger, but grows hatred and anger. He would spill propaganda into the young boy's mind to make him despise the Jedi and everything they stood for. Anakin would become so powerful in the Force that no being in history nor future could stand in his way. Palpatine would keep his original plan. He would orchestrate the Clone Wars and start the destruction around the galaxy, building Grievous to command the Separatist forces and having Maul assume Dooku's role in the war. However, he would not release the power-hungry Anakin into the world. He would do this for two reasons. One, he does not want the Jedi finding out about Anakin and what he has been turned into. Instead, he would rather keep him as a subtle surprise for them later on. And two, subduing Anakin's lust for the Jedi and just to kill people in general would only cause his rage and hate to grow stronger. With Palpatine really not having to do much manipulation anymore, or wait for the perfect time to execute his plans, he really had the freedom to complete this whenever he liked. He waited a couple of years, until the clone production was maximized and they had all been integrated into the Jedi Order and Republic forces as well. The Republic, with their thousands of Jedi and millions of clone troopers, put them at their most powerful point in history. But little did they know, it was also their most vulnerable. Palpatine knew that now was his best time to execute his plans, so he, Maul and Anakin just walked straight into the Jedi Temple, similar to how Malgus did thousands of years earlier. All using the Force to conceal their movements, they stood in the Great Hall of the Jedi Temple. Dozens of Jedi and clones turned to just stare at them. They were confused. They knew of Maul and obviously of the Chancellor, but who was this other figure? It was someone they had never seen before. Mace Windu and Yoda now sense what is happening and rush to the scene. Windu asks Palpatine what the meaning of this is. Confused himself but slowly putting the pieces together, Palpatine explains that the time of the Jedi is over. He calls two lightsabers from each of his sleeves and ignites them. Beside him, Maul joins, calling a double-bladed saber, and finally, the newly revealed Sith Lord Anakin Skywalker. They rush the Jedi, and begin striking them down, locating the weakest first and ending their lives. Palpatine quickly hides behind a large arch in the temple, and executes Order 66. Suddenly, the battle becomes one-sided. Jedi are focusing on defending the onslaught of firebolts from the clones, whilst being struck down by the furious Anakin Skywalker. An Anakin Skywalker who had been craving Jedi blood since the moment he turned to the dark side. There was no stopping him. He used his Chosen One's Force abilities to the extreme, choking what looked like 100 Jedi at once. Palpatine, Maul, and Anakin then focus their attention on the two most powerful Jedi of the era, Mace Windu and Yoda. They begin their attacks, using the dark side to their advantage and swinging the blade all over the room. The Sith are winning, until a loud cry from the corner and a thump on the floor. Maul's head lay motionless next to his severed neck. Windu had finished the assassin once and for all. The battle in the temple did not last much longer. The clones had finished most of the Jedi and began focusing their attention on Yoda and Mace. The blasters, coupled with strikes from both Anakin and Palpatine, was too much for them. Windu got hit, but kept fighting. More and more blaster bolts heading his way, but he never gave up. Once again, a bolt hit him, and another, and then finally the last one hit him before Yoda jumped in front to now deflect any more shots from hitting the dying master. Anakin had had enough, and leapt to Yoda to end his life. With less than 3 strokes of his lightsaber, the Chosen One proved too powerful and he struck his blade through Master Yoda's chest, ending his life once and for all. The Sith had won. Master and apprentice now ruled the entire galaxy with none to stand in their way. It would be they who ruled for the rest of existence, until Anakin would overthrow the Emperor, knowing full well he had the ability to at any time he liked. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a good day everyone.